Assalamu alaikum. Today you will learn how to set up IDE and server on your computer. Before moving forward, let me inform you that this is the second tutorial in the series of web development using JSP and Servlets in Java. So if you have not already gone through that tutorial, I highly recommend you to go through that tutorial first and then come back to this tutorial. Now without any further ado, let's get started. What is IDE? IDE is an integrated development environment in which a developer can write and debug code. There are many IDEs available on the internet, but we'll be using Eclipse IDE since this is the most popular IDE in the enterprise world. So I'll go to Google and search for Eclipse packages. The first URL is the official website of Eclipse. If you go to this website, you can see that there are many Eclipse variants available over here, such as Eclipse for Java developers, Eclipse for C and C++ developers, Eclipse for PHP developers, and like so. Since we will be developing web applications using Java, so we need to download Eclipse IDE for Enterprise Java. Depending upon your operating system, you can download your Eclipse IDE from these links. After that, we also need to download a server. There are many available servers on the internet, but the one that we'll be using is a Tomcat server because this is the most popular server in the industry. The first URL is the official website of Apache Tomcat server. If you go to this web page and scroll down, you will be able to see a zip file. You just need to download that zip file in your system. After downloading these two softwares, you need to install Eclipse. Now installing Eclipse is pretty easy, just like installing any other applications. Once you have downloaded and installed Eclipse, we will start this application. This is the very first view that you will be able to see in Eclipse. You might get an option to set a workspace. Since I already have set my workspace, I am not getting this option, but let me show you how your option would look like. You might get an option something like this. Workspace is nothing but where your programs or application would be saved on your machine. So you can pick any path, you can pick any folder and click on launch. Since I already have done this, I will not do this again. So now that we have launched our Eclipse, we need to also integrate Tomcat server in this Eclipse application. How do we do that? On the below panel, you can see there is a tab called servers. It says that no servers are available. So we will be adding Tomcat server that we have downloaded on our machine. Let me click on this. And since the name of the server that we have downloaded is Apache Tomcat, I'll expand this folder and scroll down. The version that we have downloaded is Tomcat version 9, I believe, and click on next. This is asking for a path where we have downloaded our Tomcat server. So I'll click on browse and select the location where I have downloaded. This is the location and click on select folder and then next. This is the container. Now this is asking that if we have any available applications, would we like to include that applications in the Tomcat container? Don't worry about this. Just click on finish. We'll cover that in the later videos. Now, if you can see over here or at the bottom section, Tomcat server is added. So how do we know if it is working properly or not? So I'll do a right click over here and click on start. In the bottom corner, you can see it is getting started. If I go to the logs, you can see Tomcat server has started in so many milliseconds. So that means I can go to browser now and click on localhost :8080. As you can see over here, we are able to see that Tomcat is working now. Although we are getting an error page, that's because we have no applications to show, but the Tomcat is working. So in order to view this in a well organized format, I'll go to Eclipse again. And in the server tab, I'll double click over here, expand this. So we get a lot of options to configure our Tomcat. For example, you can see the Tomcat is running on 8080 port. We can change that from here. Remember, we hit localhost :8080. This is the home page for Tomcat. We can change that from here. Also, we can change the time that Tomcat takes to start or stop. And we have several other options over here, but what we are interested in is this: use Tomcat installation. I'll click over here and press Ctrl+space on Windows. Now again I have to restart this server. Right click and restart. As you can see from the logs that Tomcat has started. In the server tab also it is showing that the Tomcat has started. So I can go to my browser and click on localhost 8080. Now watch what happens. You see this? This is the home page for Tomcat in a well organized or representative format. So from here also we can manage some of the configurations for Tomcat, host management, manage apps or something like that. But we as a developer prefer to manage everything from our IDEs from here itself. So now that we have downloaded and installed our Eclipse and Tomcat, we are ready to build a project. So in the next video, we'll start building a web applications using JSP and Servlets in Java. So do subscribe for future updates. Thank you.